Luka Magnotta was the victim of severe, brutal domestic abuse, just like Karla Homolka was. Magnotta's abuse was real. It was documented extensively, and it was horrendous. Photos exist which were released by his attorney in New York City, Romeo Salta, of Luka's abuse. Magnotta wasn't only a victim of domestic abuse by his partner Manny Lopez, but by his escort clients. And also, he experienced a lot of physical and sexual abuse as a child at the hands of his demented mother and her partners. Luka is a real victim in this story. Do your research and get your facts correct. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men are victims of severe domestic violence. Magnotta was in an intimate long-term relationship with Manny Lopez. It was extensively documented. Manny would force Luka into situations against his will. Manny involved Luka in a lot of very dark things. Luka had black eyes, bruises all over his body. He had a ruptured spleen. Just look at the long list of unspeakable things Manny Lopez forced him to do. The list is available online. Luka Magnotta's case has eerie similarities to the case of Karla Homolka, who was also a domestic abuse victim forced to do things against her will. A lot of evidence was looked over in favor of evidence supporting the theories presented by the police. It was a big witch hunt, a public lynching of Luka Magnotta. The naive people were force-fed this complete bullshit. Men are indeed very much victims of domestic violence, and Luka Magnotta is a perfect example. He should do seminars or interviews speaking about domestic violence. How anyone could endure such horrific, brutal abuse and still be this strong and come through it is remarkable. Luka was definitely a battle partner. He was framed for everything by Manny Lopez. Researchers have demonstrated a degree of acceptance of aggression where women against men. But men on men, gay and bisexual violence is rarely spoken about. Mostly it's just spoken about men against women. We shouldn't condemn Luka for not coming forward to the police because, as we all know, he did multiple times in Toronto. New York City, Miami, police did not help him. They did not take it seriously. In fact, Magnotta's lawyer, Luc Leclerc, fought the Toronto police to release the massive amounts of police reports that were filed. Luka was victimized for years by ex-lovers, ex-friends, and escort clients. Nobody helped him. Nobody took the gay victim seriously, even though Magnotta is bisexual. Miami police even took Magnotta to the hospital in 2011 after he was brutally raped at the Miami South Beach. Police really dropped the ball. Check the police records. Luka was repeatedly making police reports and reporting violence, yet the authorities didn't take it seriously because of his sexuality. Homophobia is rampant in the police community. Most men who report domestic violence are stigmatized and not taken seriously. Manny Lopez has a history of controlling, threatening, and abusing young men. I understand this is inconvenient truth for the media, who badmouth Magnotta every opportunity they get. But the fact remains, Magnotta was brutally abused by Lopez for years. Luka's Toronto escort manager, John McKellar, also was aware of escort clients stalking Magnotta. People become so obsessed with Luka that they become consumed by Magnotta in his life. Luka had very rich escorting clients in the powerful positions who would hire him for days, paying Magnotta a fortune. They were all consumed with Luka. He was the most successful escort in Toronto, Los Angeles, New York, and dozens of other international cities. Luka had a long list of ex-lovers who all stalked him and became obsessed with him. People became hypnotized and mesmerized by his beauty and personality, so it's no wonder why people became so possessive and controlling and nosy about Luka's life. It's bewildering. People still question Manny Lopez's existence. A lot of pictures exist of Lopez, and friends of Magnotta have the pics. I've done a lot of research into Magnotta's life, and I know more about him than most people. Still, We only know about 10 to 15% of Luka's life. We will never know the other 75%, probably ever. I'm convinced that a real, authentic documentary film needs to be made about Luka's life. So much is still unknown and a mystery. So many unanswered questions. So many lies told by the irrelevant stalkers. Everyone has an opinion about Luka and his life. But you people need to realize the facts and speak for themselves. Get a life, people, and stop being consumed by Magnotta. So that's all for now. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and share. I hope one day Luka will do an on-camera interview to discuss his fascinating life. But I doubt it, since he despises the corrupt media.